Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Chaos Enjoyer here, and today we are, of course, as you probably know because you clicked on this video, returning to Scarlet Hollow for the third episode. So, if you recall, last time, we did some research on the town to find out what our crisis was. We met this really friendly guy named Wayne. We had a really fun adventure in an abandoned mine with some teenagers where nothing bad happened. Just kidding, the mine collapsed. But hey, at least nobody was hurt. That's not true. There was somebody got their leg mangled by a falling rock. But you know, at least nobody died. Like Duke, gone but not forgotten. Anyway, I'm really excited to see where this goes next, because I believe that in this one we are going to be going ghost hunting. So, without further ado, let's just jump straight back into the adventure here. I mean, I just did a recap of episode 2 for y'all. I don't think we need that. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. You manage to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. How many nights are there? Like 5 or something? Are there like 5 nights? Anyway, as you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. Let's take a good old shower, actually. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The guest bathroom. The water is hot and, surprisingly enough, clean. At least it's not like blood or something. I don't know. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, you... Oh dear. Think about Rosalina's shattered leg and the image of a foot still barely attached to her body. Think about Duke and the image of him lying there slumped against a tree with half his head blown off. I don't think I'm gonna go with either of those ones. Scrub feverishly, trying to scrape the memories from their skin as if they're a part of the dirt that coats you. Think about Sybil's warning, the worst is yet to come. Ooh, yeah, let's think about someone special, because that's nice. I think about that in the shower a lot of the time, personally. So specifically, you think about, I am going to be selecting Stella here, it's already over, but let's see these other options. My intrepid cryptid hunting companion and everything the two of us have been through, Kanika, the resident goth and one of the most level-headed and fashionable people in town, Oscar, the shy and handsome town librarian stuck in a haunted house, Yowie, Dr. Kelly, and the commanding way she shut out you, Stella, and Kanika, so I could just low-key be a freak, Reese, Stella's mysterious and reclusive friend, or Wayne, and wonder how many times he's watched you on scene. So there's the 2 freak options here, I think. Definitely Wayne would be the freakiest, but unfortunately I fear I am gonna have to go with Stella here, exclusively because of Gretchen, I'd like to be clear. It would be a difficult choice if not for Gretchen. If it weren't for Gretchen, I'd probably be going for Wayne right now. I don't care if he's a psycho killer. I mean, that's funny. That's hilarious. Haven't even seen his face. I don't even need to. I just know he's got a chiseled jawline. Anyway, you think about Stella, your intrepid cryptid hunting companion, and everything the two of you have been through since you got to town. I'm done here. Okay. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. I just got an achievement called Wash Away Your Sins. I am clean. Time to start my day. Let's go. Let's check on my boy the opossum in here. There's 2 of them now! Mitosis! Can I can wave at them. You wave down at the opossums. They look up at you. I will pet them. Against your better judgment, you reach out to the opossums, hand outstretched. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Maybe now they'll leave your dresser and return to nature where they belong. I love the progression of the drawer opossums. Let's check the closet in case Wayne is in here. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? No, it hasn't. I wonder what would happen if I didn't have keen eye. That's enough of this closet. You turn back to the guest room. Let's look out the window. I'm always on Wayne watch out here. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something staring back at you. It's the same view. Turn back. You turn back to the guest room. Let's text Stella. I'm just gonna send thinking about you. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Yeah, let's just, I don't know. Do I want to message this group chat? Send a photo of a pained old man. I think that we can all imagine exactly which image that is, so I think I'm gonna send the pained old man. Yes! Yeah, so I hope that most of you were out picturing that image. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Let's just leave it at that, because I've already accidentally romanced Kanika a little more than I wanted to. You've done everything you wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. Oh, there's an extra person here. You enter the kitchen to find your— They mitosis! You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Are there gonna be two cats next? Is Frou Frou gonna multiply over here? Frou Frou glares at you from a usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you, her glare intensifying. Oh, are we having ice cream for breakfast? Okay, so I'm holding on to my boiled peanuts. It would be really funny if, like, the boiled peanuts are the solution to everything. If, like, they're actually secretly some insanely overpowered item that'll, like, one-shot whatever the final boss is. Here, I'll just introduce myself. Hi, I'm Sean. Good morning, I'm Janie, just here to do my little weekly cleaning. Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember her. Whatever cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. Sorry, heavens. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you, Sean. I mean, I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. That was a long time ago. Janie... But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. I'll just say, thanks. All I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company, what with everything that's— Janie! Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. Oh, are we having ice cream for breakfast? I mean, that's not a diss. I'll have no sass from you today. They apparently had to take that little girl's foot last night. Is that what's in the ice cream? I'm so sorry. So I'm under a lot of stress right now, in case you hadn't put that together. And there is no we here. This stuff is way too hard to get a hold of for me to share. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town. Every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening, so you are coming with me. Take her foot? Hold on, you can't— Yeah, take her foot? Jesus, Tabitha, you're not mincing words. What, you'd rather I sugarcoat what happened? You'd rather I say, unfortunately, they weren't able to save the leg. That kid was Brain, and she was horrifically punished for it. Sparing the grisly details does her a disservice for our own comfort. You know, that's kind of thought-provoking, actually. Now, shall we go, or would you rather keep bombarding me with guilt for something I personally begged you not to do? But I haven't had breakfast. Should have thought about that before sleeping in so late. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything. I'll know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Sean, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before, Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Could have happened to me. You only come in once a week, right? What do you do with the rest of your time? Oh, odd jobs mostly. Weeding gardens, cleaning houses, watching kids, that sort of thing. Hey, you know, Wayne spends some of his spare time watching kids too, I think. I bet you two would get along fantastically. My husband's the pastor, so a lot of my time spent at the church and doing things for the community. And that was I think that's a clue. In case that wasn't obvious, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. Poor Daniel, he's been going absolutely stir-crazy since we moved here, what with nobody really attending sermons. Maybe I should go to a sermon. It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk you through your worries. With everything that's been going on lately, having a priest on speed dial sounds handy. Having a pastor on speed dial is always handy. Debatable. And my Daniel is a wonderfully talented pastor. Also debatable. Enough dawdling, we're leaving. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful, your cousin unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Should we be solving a mystery right now? Yeah, let's ask what are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh, neat. What kind of tea? I don't know, the kind Sybil makes. She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it's called. Quit interrogating me about tea blends. Jeez. Shouldn't we be solving a mystery right now? A mystery? What mystery? The events of last night are pretty cut and dried. Like, come on, is it more believable the Shaw mine collapsed because of mysterious on-scene forces, or is it more believable that it collapsed because it was a condemned mine that was unsuitable for human beings? People like Stella turn to conspiracy theories and the supernatural because they can't handle the truth, that our world is ruled by chaotic forces that don't follow any kind of logical pattern. Bad things can happen to good people suddenly and for no reason. You can choose to accept that, or you can live in denial. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I am sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. I'd be losing it if Miles were my brother. Have I ever told you you scare me? I hope there weren't any customers in there. Good for her, honestly. I think it's healthy to express yourself. Never been one for public displays like that. Poor Kanika's really going through it, huh? What are you burying? A lot of things. I'm burying Pearl Ann this coming Sunday, for instance. Wow. Come on already, let's go. I thought that was an Explorer option. Yeah, but he's there every day. And I know he comes in to see you every now and then, so I hardly think Mr. Tremaine not coming into the diner for one day is something to worry about. Which one's Mr. Tremaine again? Well, if you say so. See you around, Sybil. You have a good one, dear. Ah, Tabitha. Long time no see. Feels like you never make it all the way down to Main Street. Okay? Hey, I'm sure it goes without saying, but I just want you to know that all of us over at the diner really feel for you. Anything you need, just let us know, okay? What? Avery nods politely and then leaves without saying another word. Who the hell was that? That was Avery, Tabitha, from the diner. Okay, sure. Anyways, it's not important. Good morning, Sybil. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Sean, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Is Kanika okay? Of course, she just needs time to cool down. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday. She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad both of my little ones made it out okay. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. I mean, I'm already on thin ice with Tabitha, but I really do want to try and listen in, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. You walk up to the door of the tea room to listen in. Subtle. I know it took a little longer than you'd hoped, but this was fairly short notice. Sybil pauses, and a moment later, you hear footsteps move to the far end of the tea room. She and Tabitha resume their discussion, their voices hushed. You can only make out bits and pieces of what they're saying. I don't think they're picking up tea. Is there... Yes. Make sure this is all... not inside. Outside, then. Don't assume you know. I know what I'm... Your listening session is halted as the tinkling of bells announce another patron. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Sean, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, I thought that Duke was gay and Bo was his husband. Okay, so no, well, that clears up a lot. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you. The policeman said he might just be out hunting somewhere, but me and my mama both know he ain't coming back. Mama's pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now, but it ain't easy. Me and him were supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week, but now he's gone, and as of this morning, so is she. So I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I may as well make myself useful and get out in the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. You was there, right? Could you tell me where to look so I can try and find him? Is Big Betty one of your chickens? No, she ain't a chicken. Big Betty is our prized pumpkin. She was a big lady, too. I'd expect she was at least 2,000 pounds. Not too easy to move something like that. Could be she rolled off down a hill, but I can't be looking for her just yet, what with everything else going on. I think it might have been the skunk ape after all. What if it all comes back to the skunk ape in the end? Hear me out. The skunk ape is like a commander, and it's leading all of these other supernatural entities in this attack on the town of Scarlet Hollow as a revenge on the miner guy whose name I forget, because the skunk ape is actually the resurrected spirit of one of the children that died in the pit of doom and despair. Yeah, that's my working theory anyway. Your dad was killed by ditchlings, they're the things that were stealing your chickens. It's dangerous up there. I wouldn't go poking around. You should let the police handle it. If they haven't found him yet, there's probably nothing left to find. I don't think you want to see him like that. It's dangerous up there. I wouldn't go poking around. I ain't a stranger to what these hills have to offer. Daddy always said I wouldn't have nothing to fear, so long as I learned to use my fists, so he taught me how to do all that. Those woods might still get scary sometimes, but I reckon there's no better way to show my daddy I've learned those lessons than to go out there and find him. He died on the northwest edge of town, off the Asgina Trail. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you trying to help us out. I don't rest easy knowing he's out there somewhere all by his lonesome. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Meet at library after and figure out plan. And then it buzzes again. Hey again, LOL. I've been thinking about you too. If you wanna come over for breakfast, you have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. Let's swing by Stella's. I've been invited over, and this is a chance that's too good to pass up here. It doesn't take long to make your way to Stella's house. Hi, Stella! You take a deep breath and yell at the top of your lungs. Your shout is immediately met by the sound of an excited Gretchen behind the door. Yes! Yes! You can barely make out the slow and quiet shuffling of feet over Gretchen's excitement. An exhausted Stella groggily stares at you from her doorway. Hi, Gretchen. Hi, Gretchen. I love you. Hey, sorry I'm a bit of a mess. I guess I slept in. A lot. Give me a minute to finish getting dressed and I can make us some breakfast. Stella talks from the other room as she changes. What are you feeling for breakfast? Pancakes, eggs and biscuits, maybe just a classic scramble? I also have toaster waffles if that's more your speed. Offering biscuits after I've had one of Winnie's? Someone's got a secret family recipe, huh? Haha, maybe. I never said they'd be as good as Winnie's, but I've certainly got a trick or two up my sleeve. Alright then, let's see what you got. Biscuits it is. Excellent. You won't be disappointed. We can even make them together. The ghost-busting uniform goes crazy. Alright, let's get started. Cute jumpsuit, you look great. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't pick it out just for you. Dang, Virtual me is really good at this whole romance thing. This used to be my lucky get-up from back when I did ghost hunting videos. Though I guess you might call it unlucky, since I've never actually seen a ghost. With the way things have been going, I think that's going to change tonight. But hey, after the past couple of nights, maybe we could use a bit of bad luck. Or the kind of bad luck where we don't find anything, of course. Don't want to jinx us. I'm loving this framed picture of Gretchen on the wall, by the way. If that randomly vanishes from your wall, Stella, it wasn't me. Should we start on food? I'm starving. Yeah, let's do it. Biscuits from scratch seem to intimidate a lot of people, but once you get it down, they're super quick and easy. Hi, Gretchen. Love you, Gretchen. How about you mix the butter into the dry ingredients while I get everything else ready? She hands you a bowl. You gotta get in there with your hands. Just swish the butter into the flour until all the big chunks are gone. Don't worry, this isn't my first biscuit rodeo. I would say that in real life. Well, I've never actually made biscuits before, I don't think, but if I had made biscuits before, that would be what I said. I would say this isn't my first rodeo. I say that all the time. It's kind of a catchphrase of mine. Excellent. Always good to have someone experienced helping out in the kitchen. For the two of us working together, maybe these will be as good as the diner's biscuits. I've never quite been able to compete with that level of perfection on my own. Squish that mix. You get to work and start kneading the mix, and I'm just looking at Gretchen. I'm distracted by Gretchen. Hi, Gretchen. If you were a real dog, I would pet you. I always start on the gravy while you're at it. Anyway, seems like you got an earlier start than I did today. Anything interesting happen while I was asleep? Did Tabby give you a hard time? And have you heard anything from Oscar? Oh yeah, totally random fun fact. I actually saw a thing on the community page from the developers about which romance paths are the most popular. And I think Stella was actually far and away the most popular, and I think a lot of that has to do with its kind of the first character you're introduced to. The first one that you can actually date. I mean, you meet your cousin first, but that's obviously off the table for so many reasons. And have you heard anything from Oscar? Tabitha was planning on babysitting me all day, but I managed to slip off while she was picking up tea. I'm glad you're here. I think the tea thing's just a cover. I don't think that's what was happening in that room. It's been really nice spending time with you, even if a lot of it has been the two of us running in terror from the monster of the day. I met Bo at the general store this morning. That poor guy. How's he doing? Apparently Big Betty's gone missing. Really? Oh, jeez. Forgetting to breathe a little bit here. Hold on. Really? How does a 2,000-pound pumpkin just disappear? Other than that, it seems like he's hanging in there. The cops still haven't found Duke's body. He says he wants to look himself. Gosh, that sounds dangerous. I hope he stays safe. I haven't talked to Oscar yet, but apparently they had to amputate Rosalina's foot. Jeez. The color drains from Stella's face. Oh no. Stella stands in silence for a moment before perking up. I baked some cookies last night after we got home. I was a little restless. I'll bring them over today. I'm not sure what else I can even do. Though cleansing his house of his spiritual resident will probably be helpful too. Hope you haven't forgotten about our ghost hunting plans this evening. Yeah, I think that's she's kind of like covering it up here. How are you still so positive after everything that's happened? Different people cope in different ways. Exactly. Coping mechanism. I've never been around someone who's lost a foot before, but I imagine I would react in a very similar way. I know there's nothing I can do about this situation, so I just try not to think about it. If I did, I might sink into a pit of despair, like last episode, like me, and then I'd just be useless. But if I just tuck it all away, I could be there for people who need me. You know, like the way you've been there for me. Stella's words project strength, but her body language tells a different story. A tight and well-rehearsed smile covers her dimming eyes, and you can see faint tremors in her shoulders as she recalls the events of the last 2 nights. You don't need to hold yourself together around me. Aw, that's sweet of you. Maybe when this is all said and done, I can lean on you and let it all out. But that's something for future Stella to worry about. I'm present Stella, and my main concern is making sure we get a good breakfast so we're fueled up for our ghost hunt tonight. Yeah, I'm ready, but you better stay close in case I get scared. You're cute, and don't worry, I won't leave your side. Even if we have to split up and search for clues. Scooby-Doo reference? But hey, if this is anything like any other ghost hunt I've ever been on, it'll be a much appreciated breather. Unless you count Tommyknockers as ghosts. Or Wayne. No, I think Wayne's I don't know. That's right, didn't the miners say that he was dead or something? How's the squishing coming along? Messy but good, I think? Do I eat some? I think I eat some of the mix. You silently raise a handful of the crumbly flour and butter mixture to your mouth and chomp down. It's salty and oily but dry at the same time. The baking powder leaves an unpleasant aftertaste. Stella watches you choke down the mouthful of raw ingredients, taken aback at first, and then she bursts into laughter. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I bet that was an interesting flavor experience. She reaches over and takes the bowl from you. Looks perfect. Now I just have to add the wet stuff and we're in business. If you want to go ahead and wash your hands, I can take care of the rolling and folding. You wash your hands as Stella adds her milk concoction to the flour mixture, stirring a few times before turning to the counter for the final steps. Our little babies are ready to go in the oven. And if you don't mind, I'm going to make an egg for myself while we wait. Eggs are gross. Nah, I'm just going to say not a fan of eggs. I'm not an egg hater. Not a fan of eggs. All the more for me. Stella cracks an egg into a fresh pan and gets back to work on the stove. Thanks for coming over, by the way. It gets lonely around here sometimes. What happened to your parents? Stella tenses. Car crash. There we go. They were taking me to college. I didn't wind up going to college. Not much more to be said. That's why you've been so nervous around cars. I'm so sorry, Stella. It's okay. It happened. Nothing I can do about that. Can we talk about something else, though? It means a lot to me that you care. I really don't like talking about this. Yeah, that's fair. I would not like talking about that either. Tabitha. It seems like you and Tabitha used to be a lot closer. I know she's been mean, but Tabitha obviously still cares about you. So what exactly is your history with my cousin? I'm prying a lot here. I don't want to pry too much. It seems like you and Tabitha used to be a lot closer. What happened? Alright, I'll spill the beans. I suppose you could say we kind of dated. Called it! It was never really official, and she might tell it a little differently, but as far as I'm concerned, that was my first relationship. Not that she's my type or anything. Honestly, that's a lot closer to you. So, you play for left field then? Maybe more like center? I'm into all kinds of people, if that's what you're asking. I am definitely not asking that. What did you ever see in her? That's surprising. I'm very curious what it was like. She's hilarious, and I don't know. It's hard to explain what draws you to somebody. I like the challenge of breaking down all those walls she built up around herself. It was kind of like taming a wild animal, you know? But it all just kind of stopped after high school. I guess we didn't see each other every day, and she was always busy at the mine, so there wasn't much of a chance to hang out anymore. I wish we could have stayed friends. Like, actual friends. I could have used someone like her after the big accident. Kanika was at school already, Reese was sick, and Tabitha wouldn't even return my calls. It was, well, it's ancient history. Can't change the past. Oh, it seems like you and Kanika don't hang out much anymore. I didn't mean to select that, but okay. Yeah, we kept up while she was away at school, but now that she's back, she's so busy with the store. It's really not fair that she had to put her whole life on hold. It's been nice hanging out with her more the past couple of days, though, even if I wish the circumstances were better. Hold on. Alright. Oh. Control is the skip button. So noted. I will never press that again. Even if I wish the circumstances were better. Do you think you'll always live here? Have you ever thought of moving away? It's hard to say. This house means a lot to me. This town means a lot to me. And I haven't had to think about where to live or where to go. But I guess I could see myself leaving for the right reasons. Or for the right person. So, we're actually gonna meet Reese today, right? Heck yeah, we are. If Dr. Kelly tries to turn us away again, we could just sneak in. Nothing will stand in the way of us and friendship. Are you sure he's real? At the very least, he was real for most of his childhood. And if he's a ghost now, that's even better. He can tell us what being a ghost is like. I just leave it at his mom's got it rough. Yeah, I can't imagine being in her shoes. Her whole life is taking care of him at this point, you know? Do you think he's contagious? Nah, whenever he's sick with his just gotta be a Reese thing. His mom isn't sick. And I've seen him a couple times in as many years, and I'm totally fine. What's he like? I'm not about to ruin a cool, mysterious introduction by telling you. I think you'll like him, though. How's the food coming? A timer goes off and Stella excitedly pops open the oven, pulling out a tray of delectable biscuits. Funny you should ask. Looks like we're done here. And with that, breakfast is served. Oh yeah, that's a fresh biscuit, alright. Clicking the mouse and it ain't clicking. Still not as good as the diners, but if I could capture that kind of perfection, there would be no mountains left for me to conquer. Better to have the thrill of a challenge. I'm so glad you came over today. I've been having a little bit of a hard time sleeping the past couple nights. I'm sure you can relate. I think I needed a nice slow morning like this, just hanging out with you. As you and Stella start to dig in, you're interrupted by a phone alarm sounding off. Oh shoot, I almost forgot. It's Mayor Jimmy Day. If they're even still doing it after last night. I wonder how far the news has spread. Either way, it's a good excuse to meet up with Oscar and see how Rosalina's doing. Gretchen barked at the mention of Mayor Jimmy. I love you, Gretchen. Oh good, we can warn him of the coming danger. I don't think he'll be very receptive. It'll be a blast, though. Let's finish up and head on over. I'll make sure to bring some biscuits for the mayor. Oh, I just got Southern hospitality for spending some quality time with Stella. You and Stella make your way to the library. It's busier than usual. A small crowd has already formed in a corner of the main foyer. Now we're just waiting on Kanika. And right on cue. Sorry, had to unleash my cat real quick. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Yes, the whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Sean to the mayor for like the entire time I've known him. I've never gotten to introduce someone to the mayor before. It'll be worth it. Trust us. Alright, shall we? He's a dog. Okay, I might need to go back on this one. I'm gonna consider this is under heavy consideration for no, because that would be spoilers. I can't screenshot that for a thumbnail. He is indeed a dog. Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has also been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. That right there is a good boy. I mean, like, it reminds me of, like, those Borzoi images, when, like, they look down and their nose is, like, you know. And unless you're mistaken, the serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. The mayor's little nose starts twitching as you approach. His doggy eyes shine with a curious intensity. He knows you have something. Oh, this is the hardest boiled peanuts yet. Do I give an offering to our Lord and Mayor, Jimmy? Or do I keep the boiled peanuts in hopes of a dramatic boiled peanut ex machina in the late game? I'm gonna leave my chapter start save file there. I'm giving him the boiled peanuts. You put out your now slightly rancid bag of boiled peanuts. The mayor's nose twitches eagerly at the strong odor, and then he's on them in a flash, ripping through the plastic and devouring the soft-shelled legumes. Drop it, sir. Drop it. And I got an achievement for it. Generous campaign contribution. Donate to a local politician. Security goon. I hate the internet. Drop it, sir. Drop it. His security detail tries to tear him away, but it is too late. The peanuts are already eaten. You better hope those nuts settle well. If the mayor gets any tummy trouble after eating your disgusting pocket peanuts, there will be hell to pay. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. Shake his paw. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking. Only head pats and ear scratches allowed. Isn't he just the cutest? Yes, I do think the security goon is quite cute. It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends, and Winnie's Biscuits, and Gretchen. I love you, Gretchen. But Mayor Jimmy is a close second. And the close-knit small-town community, of course. Having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Mr. President, get down! Hey, whoa, Gretchen. Calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. I think we should vote Gretchen for the next dog mayor of Scarlet Hollow. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika is quick to follow. Let's follow after them here. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Give me 1 second here, I just want to check something real quick. Looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Is this the aforementioned Daniel? Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you think? Did they, campaign against each other? Called it, I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Sean? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. I doubt Perlan's in a better place. We both know Perlan is in hell. I don't believe in an afterlife. I've been hoping to find a priest. Yeah, JD mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with a sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. I gotta get a good voice for Pastor Daniel here. Is this about Perlan, or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? No, Oscar's place is haunted. Oh. Like a Scooby-Doo episode or something? I'm afraid I don't buy into that particular notion. It's a bit too spiritualist. Now, if it were a vision of one of his parents trying to contact him from heaven, or hell, I could understand that. But I simply don't believe in malicious spirits, lingering neither in heaven nor hell, jumping out of closets to scare us. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for whatever it is he saw. Should I invite him ghost hunting? Because I feel like this looks like a man who would die, and this game is not scared to kill off characters. Wait, you believe in some ghosts and not others? What makes you an authority on that? I do have a degree from one of the top seminaries in the country. I took a whole class on ghosts, so I suppose that does give me a certain authority in this situation. Well, I trust Oscar. I'm sure Mr. Gutierrez saw something, but I'm just suggesting he may have misinterpreted a sign from the beyond. A lot of folks are frightened when presented with such visions. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't believe in an afterlife, no. You mentioned Perlan being in a better place earlier. I doubt it's a better place. It sounds like she was awful. Oh, I'm sure she wasn't that bad. Most people are good, deep down inside. It's best not to speak ill of the dead. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. That sounds lovely. Thank you. Really? Oh, that's great. Sorry, I just don't usually get positive responses when I ask folks if they want to come up to the church. Anytime that works for you, just swing by. I'm sure I'll be around. It was lovely to meet you, and you have a blessed day, Sean. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. Let's go after them. I heard from Sean what happened. Oscar, I'm so sorry. Poor Rosalina. I can't even imagine how scary this has been for her. She seems in high spirits right now, but they've got her on some pretty strong pain medication, so I'm not sure how she's gonna feel when that wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's bad, but she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this. We just have to get through the tough parts first. I should have done more for her. We're here for you, man. We're here for you, man. Thank you, all of you. Everything feels like it happened so fast. I know our whole lives have changed, but it's taking my mind a little bit to catch up. I feel like such a mess. I hope it isn't keeping me from being the dad she needs right now. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I'd better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called and said there'd been some big bus accident on the highway and they need the beds, so I have to come pick her up. Even though our house is still haunted and the only place she can lie down until then is the dirty back room. The dirty back room that drove her away in the first place, and Mayor Jimmy Day is happening. Sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's okay, Oscar. We're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. Consider your ghost busted, not in a weird way. We could always go ahead and do a ghost bust or whatever we're calling it while you're out, and she'd be able to go right back to her old room as soon as she got back. That's probably a good idea, right? If only, but it doesn't come out during the day. So any busting attempts are going to have to wait until nightfall. Yeah, I always save my busting attempts for nightfall too. That's when the ghosts are out the most. I'm still not even sure we can get rid of it at all. I think I'd have to see one for myself. I think I'd have to see for myself that it was gone. It managed to trick me a couple times, and I can't handle any more surprises right now. I've got every ghost hunting device known to man. Of course she does. You're in good hands, Oscar. We have the power of friendship on our side. Heck yeah, we do. If anime has taught me anything, it's that the power of friendship is unstoppable. That's a lovely sentiment. I'm sure Rosalina will at least be glad to know you all did your best to help her. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see you all then. Oscar hurries off. Car keeps jingling as he jogs out the door. Let's head up to Reese's. Maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us. Oh no, you're not going to try to get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out for even asking. I wonder if he even knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around town. Geez, should we tell him? Gosh, I don't know. Maybe just play it by ear. Anyways, shall we? Time to go. So, I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. Oh wow. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. That's all I have to say, really. I met him, he has been met. I have no opinions on the man. See, these are all things that I would say in real life, for the most part, or at least sentiments I would express. Wow, really? I always thought he makes a memorably skin-crawling first impression. Yeah, he has the tendency to stick in people's minds for one reason or another, and they're almost never good reasons. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. As far as I'm concerned, he's a ghoul. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. You know, honestly, I had, kind of the same vibe when he first pulled up. That's exactly how I would describe it, too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. Invite Tabitha to go ghost hunting secretly. I think I would rather not make all my virtual friends hate me right now. Alright, shall we head out? Yeah. Hey, you know that person that all of us hate for one reason or another? I think it would be great if I secretly brought her along on our ghost hunt without telling anyone. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house, home of the peanut butter cup. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hey! Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages! You must be Sean, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Sean updates. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella. And you brought the dog. Great. If Gretchen wasn't here, I wouldn't be here either. Okay? Let's be clear. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. And then I stay outside too. It's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those easy-chew dog jerkies stashed away. But we go everywhere together. I go everywhere with Gretchen too now. I have adopted Gretchen as my own. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. Well, what about you, Sean? Are you coming in? I trust dogs. Why doesn't Gretchen like you, Reese? Now, I don't want to be immediately standoffish, but I am curious what the reason is. No clue. She's always made a fuss around me. Reese doesn't do well with dogs. Now come on in. Let's get this over with. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. Didn't they go in first? The house feels cold. Oh, wait, no. They went to put the dog in the van. Me versus media literacy challenge. Unwinnable. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile. Uncomfortably tight to the point where you're too nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. Keep forgetting to breathe. You make your way towards the basement stairs. Nothing bad ever happens in the basement. Ooh. And that's soundtrack cue too. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Ooh. I'm just savoring this sick this ambient beat that we have going right now. A discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. I don't think I would be able to sleep in this room. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kinda overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately, haven't been cleaning much. If you ever need a model, I'm here till Monday. That would be amazing. Though I should warn you, I work odd hours. I don't usually pick up a brush until late at night. I love how they both looked at me. But if that's not a deal breaker, it would be incredible to have such a captivating model. I look forward to the company, and I hope I can do your likeness justice. Maybe we could all come. Wouldn't that be fun? Kanika's eyes dart uncomfortably towards the floor. I am really curious. What are you sick with? Sorry, Reese. Sean is pretty direct. We don't have to talk about your illness. It's okay. I come to terms with the way the rest of my life is going to be. You're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. What if Reese and Wayne are the same person? I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time, or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So, I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day I'll wind up in a pine box just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Maybe you won't. Maybe you're already dead. Maybe that's why you feel like there's worms crawling underneath your skin. Damn, Reese, I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic stuff. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine, really. A little lag there. True, we'll all join the worms one day. We just gotta make the best of what we've got. See? Sean gets me. Stella, maybe it was a mistake to get these two together. That's quite a movie collection you got. Got any Rex? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shino-Chi, Deathblood? I saw that for the first time recently, and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Damn, I would usually be down for that, but we've got to head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. Yeah. I'll take a rain check on that movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Same goes for Sean. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. I'll invite him out to go ghost hunting with us, because see, here's the idea. If he is, in fact, a living, walking corpse, if I intentionally put him in harm's way, he will be unable to perish. Thus, we will know the truth that he is a walking corpse. If not, we have save states, which I will create one of right now. Let me, oh, I'm on to the next page. Hold on, let me, I'll save over that, I think. I'm just trying to keep it all in one place. Yeah, wanna come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. So, Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you could really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, that guy who's been following Sean around, being all ominous? I wonder if he's here right now. Right behind me. Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they looked like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. Ooh. It's kind of, it reminds me of like Little Nightmares concept art. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are going to be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. I was about to say she is not much better. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. Your mom is scary. I wonder what Reese would think if I went for the romance option of dating his mother. I feel like she used to be less scary. Maybe I was just oblivious as a teen. Speak for yourself. It's possible she's gotten a bit of an edge lately. I think my condition has been stressing her out a lot. I wonder why. It used to be something she thought she could fix, but I think she's kind of accepted that it's just something we have to manage. But even if she is a little harsh, she means well. She's just looking out for me. I am not gonna flirt with this guy because I don't know. I'm already working on a different route here. She's kind of hot. Absolutely not. I guess that makes sense. She's probably just worried about you and doing her best. Are you serious? Not just that I did something wrong and she's never forgotten it and will hold it against me until the day I die? Actually, Kanika, I think she admires you. She says you have a good work ethic and she has a lot of respect for people like that. Really? She really said that? Whoa. Then I can't imagine how mean she must be to the people she doesn't like. I think she's usually nicer to them. That's how you know you really messed up. What about me? Does she say things about me? Do you want to know? Well, when you say it like that, no, I'll just keep imagining us as very good friends. Your art. There sure is a lot of it. Yeah, it's kind of a compulsion. Being stuck down here all the time can be pretty frustrating. My emotions have nowhere to go, so they just rise and grow inside of me and pick me apart from within. But when it gets bad, I can just pick up a paintbrush and let them flow out of me and onto a canvas. Like I can trap them somewhere outside of myself, at least for a little while. But they come back over and over again, so I keep painting. You know, you could gain a real following if you ever posted these online, just saying. Nah, I think I'm okay sticking to sparsely populated late-night live streams. I have a lot of experience with those, personally. That's all the social media I can handle. Jeez. Ooh. I don't know how you do it, Stella, having to exist in front of all those people all the time. Knowing some version of you lives in their heads, knowing they expect something out of you that you might not be able to give them. Does it bother anyone else that someone else has your name? Okay, but if that's the only time you ever put your art on display, a live stream during school hours, when am I ever going to be able to see what you've been working on? Tell you what, when I die, I'll leave you my paintings. Then you can see them all. And maybe they'll be worth millions, since I'll be dead. I'll be able to rest easy knowing someone had retroactively given my life value. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K-12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks, and we're stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Now that we are free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you. The way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here. Though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. The whole gang. The gang is all here. Make sure you all wash your hands. With soap. Why did I just throw in an also that did not exist? I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc. I'm allergic to soap and can't wash my hands. If there's no option to actually wash my hands, I'll go back. But I would pick that. Oh, do you think you're some kind of funny person? Don't make this into a big thing. Just go do it. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. Feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum just beyond your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. I don't know, guys. What do you think I should pick here? There's a lot of options in front of me here. I wonder if like one of them might be different. There was a part like that in the other game from the devs, Slay the Princess, when like you were under the narrator's control and there was only one option that was like not slay the princess. But it looks like all I could do from this entire very tall list of options is open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand. Your heart full of deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side, and then someone interrupts me. What do you think you're doing? Well, there's something compelling about this door. I could just return to the door. This feels like a big moment. I want to see what's behind this door. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind the door. Oh, no, you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. Okay, let's see if I can maybe do that again. I need to see what's behind this door. No, you don't. You need to wash your hands, eat dinner, and then get out of my house. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind the door. So there's no way through that door, unfortunately. Oh, no, you don't. Come on. Wash your hands and sit down. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. But I want to know what's behind the door. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun at the window behind her. The shading on this particular setting here is fantastic. Pills. She slides a few tablets toward Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to keep my own pasta sauce. I wonder if this might be... What's the word for it? It's the thing where you, like, intentionally keep your child sick so that you can, like, take care of them. I wonder if that might be what's happening here. Just a shot-in-the-dark guess. No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. It might be like a supernatural case of that. Like, maybe what's behind that door is some sort of, like, totem sapping Reese's life away. Well, you have excellent taste in brands. And if you ever want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauces, you know I know. Thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. Ooh, okay, So, apparently the devs thought that I would think this. This is the worst dialogue option I will pick all game. The dinner table goes quiet, as it should. Oh yeah, I think I saw that one too. Wild stuff. Is that so? The silence returns. Seconds feel drawn out like minutes. Dr. Kelly's eyes briefly, nervously glance towards her son before flitting back to a position of annoyance. You can't help but feel like what you saw went beyond compassionate worry to be genuine fear. Ooh, okay, I think I was onto something. I think I might have been onto something with my guess there. There's no need for everyone to be so tense. Everything's okay. We're all just here to have a nice dinner. Speak for yourself. Doc, really, it's fine. Is it, or am I being interrogated in my own home by a guest I met yesterday? In Sean's defense, a lot of awful stuff has happened in the past couple of days, and there are a lot of lingering questions. It's pretty hard to take the detective hat off once you put it on. That may be the case, but Reese doesn't need to be agitated by this. I want to know what's going on out there. I don't care if it agitates me. And look, I'm fine. There's a long quiet as Dr. Kelly closes her eyes in reflection. Alright, I'll try and give this a chance. The danger. Do you know Sam Wayne? Sam Wayne? Dr. Kelly takes a moment to think. No, doesn't ring a bell. Someone you know? Someone who's been following Sean around. Super mysterious guy. We have a reason to believe he might have caught some kind of weird illness at the mines. Weird illness, you say? Perhaps there's someone else in this room who also has a weird illness. He definitely looks like he could use medical help, so please let us know if he shows up or anything. If there's someone harassing you, you should get the police involved. This isn't any of my business. You're a doctor. I would not. I'm already treading on thin ice with this woman. Like, I do not want to push my luck here. Have there been any strange illnesses spreading around town? What? No. Are you sure you haven't met with any minors who had unusual symptoms? Anyone who seems sort of drippy? I mean, I'm always dripping. I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm saying. I was strangely ominous when they talked. Sorry to pry, just doing my due diligence. Absolutely not. I've barely seen so much as a runny nose, which is a good thing, because Reese has been contracting all of their diseases through supernatural forces. If you're so concerned about the mind, why don't you just have Sean ask Tabitha? I have no interest in violating HIPAA for your weird little investigation into nothing. Have the police contacted you about Duke's body yet? Last I heard, they still haven't found it. Lovely, dinner table conversations. Body? I was under the impression he was just missing. No, Duke, he definitely died. I saw the footage. And I saw it for myself, in person. So did Sean. He's not missing. How the hell did that happen? Stella said it was those things in the woods. The ditchlings. They made him misfire. Ditchlings? Oh, I see. This was for one of your videos, huh? Reese, you should know better than to lend any credence to Stella's little cryptozoology stories. I don't doubt that something happened to him, but I'm sure there were no little ghouls involved. Little green ghouls go, ugh. I've seen them, Mom, outside my windows at night. They're real. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a kid. I might be sick, but I'm still capable of reason. Are you sure they aren't just raccoons, or... Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There is weird stuff going down in Scarlet Hollow. The more you talk, the less you feel like you're having a conversation, and the more you feel like you're treading on eggshells. Has anyone come in suffering from hallucinations? I'm not at liberty to discuss private medical information. Are you sure? Not even just a little bit? It could help our investigation into the strange goings-on. It's not like you have to name names. Investigation? Into what, the mind collapse? Your little ghouls? I think this is best left to professionals, Stella, not someone who runs around in the woods with a camcorder. Judging by the police response so far, Dr. Kelly, I don't think it is. We saw some stuff down in the mines last night that I struggle to explain. Maybe if we knew if there were any miners suffering from hallucinations, we could just rule it out as a gas leak, but you were in an abandoned mine. The chances that you were huffing something dangerous and hallucinatory are through the roof. Leave it at that and treat it as the tragic accident it was, not like some kind of mystery to unravel. Have you seen any sick animals lately? I'm a doctor, not a vet. Didn't someone come in with a sick cow last week? Yes, but it's not like I examined the thing. I told them what I just told you and sent them on their way. You said it had lumps. Sure, it had lumps, but I assumed it was suffering from some cow disease. It's not something I've done much research on. I don't know how normal it is for a cow to be covered in lumps. Doesn't that sound like ditchlings? Are no farm animals safe from their devious clutches? Dr. Kelly, Stella filmed some really weird stuff on Monday, including something pupating inside one of Duke's chickens. What if that cow had the same sort of parasite? You really should have taken a look. You could have made discoveries previously unknown to the scientific world. Or I could have spread some new, horrible disease to my chronically ill son. I'll leave these discoveries to someone else. The tension at the dinner table reaches a breaking point. Alright, that's enough. Dr. Kelly is interrupted by Reese before she can finish her thought. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week, while Sean is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it, I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone get out of my house, please. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I am his doctor and his mother. This is leading into my theory from earlier much more. I know you care about him. I know that, and he knows it too, but all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave. Please. Don't think we don't know something is up here. Yeah. Wait, do we? I don't care what you think. I just want you out so I can take care of my son. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Do you really think Reese's mom is poisoning him? If she is, I swear to God. She wouldn't. That's just so horrible. Who would do something like that to their own kid and for so long? No, there's no way. Y'all are barking up the wrong tree. It seems far-fetched, and it's definitely rare, but I don't think we can rule it out. Huh. Okay, so this is an explore option. I will say, because I do want to say both of these if I can, but... I should have used the other slot, but okay, something weird happened when I went to wash my hands. It was like I was forced to try and break into the clinic. Forced how? It was like something was making me go there. I wonder, was it like that carving in the pit last night? Before you had that seizure, it was kind of like you were hypnotized. I wasn't there, but I guess I'll take your word on it. Hypnotism seems like a step up from what we've been dealing with, though. I mean, I don't know. A lot happened last night, but the whole thing was very trance-like. I guess it was kind of similar. What if there's another carving in there? That'd be so weird. If there is, I wonder if it'd give you another vision. Maybe these things have something to do with the ditchlings. You're not suggesting we go poking around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe in episode 4. I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe Sean got. Did either of you get the impression that Dr. Kelly is afraid of Reese? I could have sworn I saw genuine fear in her eyes for a second there. Are you sure she wasn't just being overprotective? I'm sure that's all that's going on. And she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. If anyone is afraid of anyone in that house, Reese is afraid of his mom. I think you're both reading into things too much. Dr. Kelly is good people. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to the dynamic than just him being sick, but it's not like there's much to do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting and we won't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Alright, in the interest of keeping these episodes shorter from here on out, I think that is where I'm going to call it a wrap for today. In the next episode, of course, we will be going in and doing some very exciting ghost hunting with Oscar the librarian, and I don't think the pastor tagged along. But anyway, yes, that is all for this episode of Scarlet Hollow. I will be recording more very soon, hopefully. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Please enjoy the terrible outro.